Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Empowered Living Network. Solavei training tonight is the Empowering You training webinar, and we have got a great hot topic tonight. Turbo Recruiters Tell All. Now, you're probably thinking that that's going to be something you've heard before, but tonight, I promise you, you're going to hear from some folks you've never met before, as well as hear some strategies that are just downright working. My special guests this evening are actually five of the top recruiters that are out there right now joining in the Solavei revolution and bringing on members like on a daily, weekly, constant basis. Now, it's pretty exciting today. This week, I've actually been able to talk to some of the top performers, some of them that were available, some of them weren't available tonight. Give you one example, guys. Britt Watson has had a 2,500% increase over the course of the last 2 months. You guys saw him blowing up the charts on the Cruise to Thousandaire, as well as on the Tulsa Takeover. Incredible numbers. Tonight, he is actually on a fishing trip with his kids, and so I wasn't able to be here. But some incredible things. We'll have him back on in the future. But tonight, we are going to hear from some incredible leaders that are making it happen right now. Before we get into that, though, I want to give you a couple of updates that I know you guys have been waiting for. You've been pinging me on Facebook, asking me, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Well, it's here. The sharesolavei.com nonprofit site is now up and ready. What does that mean? Many of you may have seen our nonprofit webinar that we did a little over a week ago. You can go back, check it out at empoweredliving.biz/webinars, and you can actually watch that. But what we have made available is a complete nonprofit Share Solavei site so that now you can actually choose the redirect, set up landing pages, just like this one you're going to see here. You can set up landing pages that are actually going to be specified for nonprofits, use verbiage for nonprofits. Instead of talking about earning money, it's going to talk about, cell phone with a purpose. It's going to talk about why just use your phone when you can make a difference. The verbiage is going to be very much directed towards nonprofit organizations that are wanting to raise funds to support their programs and outreaches. Real quick, before we jump into our guest speakers, let me just do this real quick and show you guys a little bit about what that looks like. The nonprofit page, this is one of the do-it-yourself pages. You can see the verbiage is very much geared towards nonprofits. We've taken out all of the information about share and earn, again, focusing it on just supporting the nonprofit. We've got a shortened Solavei mobile service video that removes the earn income portion, again, to support the cause of the nonprofit. And then once they opt in down here for the nonprofit, when they click submit info, we've got some default autoresponders that are set up. And then, of course, those that you can write yourself. Once you click submit, it's going to go into a website that looks like your former Share Solavei site, only you'll notice the words are a little bit different. It doesn't say share and earn. It says sell service with a purpose. Doesn't talk about share and earn up here. You can see right here when you go to mobile service, for example, it's going to give you a very simple overview of Solavei, all geared towards mobile service. It's also going to show how you can bring your own phone. You're also going to be able to see a comparison chart and the coverage map, all again to support those nonprofits. When you go to Solavei, you're going to be able to see again some very simple information. Again, you win, meaning you, the supporter, because you're going to get unlimited $49 voice text data. And we, the nonprofit, wins because we get $20 a month for every 3 people that switch. So we've taken it to where it's very simple, how Solavei is generous. And then, of course, we've added, instead of about me, it's about us. And that's where the nonprofit can actually put in the pictures of their choice, the nonprofit logo, and then talk a little bit about their nonprofit and redirect people there. Anybody that signs up there would be directly coded to that nonprofit organization. So I hope you guys kind of get the picture there. What we're going to do is next week, Wednesday morning at 10 a.m., the hangout is actually going to be geared towards showing you how to set these pages up. That's this coming Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific. You're going to go to empoweredliving.biz/hangout. this week's marketing hangout is going to be a go-to-market strategy for nonprofit organizations. And I'm going to show you how we can set this up, show you how you can put in banners that are specifically for that nonprofit, put in their logo, put in their verbiage. I'm going to show you how to set those pages up. And that's going to be this coming Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, and our hangout, which is empoweredliving.biz/hangout. So hopefully you guys are going to make good use of that. Also, I want to let you know that there is a new mysolavei.com update. Definitely go listen to that. I just, to be real transparent, I had not listened to it until a few hours ago, and when I heard it, I was just blown away. Talia Sutton did a phenomenal job on that tutorial. So make sure you go there. In order to access that tutorial, I'm going to give you the direct link so that you can see it there. It's vimeo.com/680-857-73. You might want to write that down. That's vimeo.com/680-857-73. Okay, moving right along. Tonight, we're going to bring on one after another of our incredible performers right now in Solavei. You guys know I like to bring on folks that are not just talking about what to do, but that are making it happen. And tonight, our first guest on tonight's webinar is none other. You guys have heard me introduce him before. Phenomenal leader. He is actually the host of our Spanish speaking webinars, doing calls, webinars, hangouts, just really blowing it up for the Spanish market. But Ricardo, Gloria, are you there with us?
Yes. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Ricardo. We're doing fantastic. Well, tonight, I know that you and Claudia have been doing some incredible things, but tonight, I just want to quickly, before you introduce one of the rock stars there in Kansas City, I just want to let some folks know kind of what you've been up to these last few days, last couple weeks. First off, I put the tagline by your name up there, Wrap Your Ride. What I'd love to know from you right now is you're just having some tremendous success. What would you say is some of the secret to your success right now? If you could give these folks a few tips, what would you tell them that they need to do in order to take action to begin to build their networks?
Well, I guess I appreciate the time, Stacy. First of all, to share with everybody, because that's exactly what we've been doing. We've been sharing with everybody and anyone out on the street here in Kansas City. We're just having a lot of fun. What we're actually doing, we're going to business owners, whether they have a phone store or a gas station or a pawn shop or anything, and we're basically asking them, hey, would you give us an opportunity to set up a tent out there and promote our business, which is, helping people get rid of their cell phone bill and maybe, get to have some extra benefits. And right away the question comes and they say, what are you talking about? What kind of benefits? And obviously, well, now that you ask, let me sign you up. So basically we're making it so casual to stroll in there wearing shorts, obviously wearing our Solavei shirts, wearing our little name tags, and with that attitude, that positive attitude, a big old smile, and just asking them for permission to share with everybody else what we're doing. And when they start asking, then automatically we sign them up. So we're proud to say, Stacy, that the transparency and the just being casual about it has worked, not only for them to allow us to park on their spaces and promote, but for them to get on the benefits as well and port a number over or open a line, port the store's number over. So it's been a blessing. But at the end of the day, I guess what I want to share with everybody, and I think most of the leaders are going to agree, if you really wear your colors and if you really speak it from the heart because you believe in it, anybody's going to want what you have. It don't matter what it is. You really don't have to talk too much. They see your attitude and they want to be with you. So the sharing, and obviously we keep saying it, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be several leaders repeating this, but it's say less to more people. Keep saying less to more people. When you're not really trying to tackle anybody out there on the street, you're just kind of having a good day out there on this purple beast here, on this purple Hummer. People want to see what you got because you're not flagging anybody down. You're just having a good time talking, listening to music, and people come up to you. So we're having a great time. Lots and lots of fun, Stacy.
Well, so let's break it down just a little bit, Ricardo, because I want this webinar to truly, I'm going to dig deeper with all of you guys. So I'm just going to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Sure.
And I'm looking at some of the questions that are coming in on the question panel. Guys, if you do have specific questions for any of these speakers or myself, feel free to go over there on the right-hand side in your control panel, post the questions there. And one of the questions is, so you go to this store owner, and obviously not everybody has a wrapped Hummer. First off, kudos to you for going all in. I mean, if that ain't all in, I don't know what is. Wrapping your Hummer, that is not an easy wrap. That is probably the hardest wrap in the world, other than some kind of big bus or airplane, because of the detail of a Hummer. Now, Ricardo, you have got me so stoked that today I have been driving around Washington test driving Hummers. I personally think this is the crazy coolest idea that's out there. I love it. I want to have that floating around in Seattle and Bellevue. And so you have just really led by example for me personally, that I'm out there going, okay, I'm going to get rid of my car. I mean, it's no different than wanting to have a better phone, right? It's all relative. I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to change cars. I'm going to do this because now is the time, you guys, to take advantage of where we're at with Solavei. Some of you know that recently my family, the home that we chose when we moved to Bellevue just exactly a year ago, we didn't know anything about this area. The home we chose that we moved into had cell service when we got there, but when we lived in the home, we could not get cell service from Sprint, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, Solavei. It was horrible. I got one bar of AT&T. So I told my husband, and fortunately we came here and we leased that house, saying, let's lease and then we'll figure out where we're going to live. Well, the minute that lease was up, I was like, we are out of here. Well, what we decided to do, very similar to you wrapping your ride, is we decided to move temporarily for the next 6 months throughout the summer to a location that would allow us to have amenities, a lot of amenities, swimming pool, a boat dock, tennis courts, basketball, beach volleyball, cabana, clubhouse, full training center, movie theater. It's a very beautiful community, kind of apartment community, but it's strategic for us because we right now know we will never get these days back. And is it, people say, well, I don't know, I don't have the right car. Well, change cars. People say, well, I don't know, I live in an area that doesn't have coverage. Move. How often in your life do you get to be a part of the front side of a revolution of a multi-billion-dollar corporation? And those of us that are wrapping the rides, moving, doing what we got to do, we believe in Solavei and we are making it happen. And so people are always asking, what are you guys doing? You know what? We're going all in. And you'll find tonight the people that are putting the numbers on the boards, they're not kind of trying this out. They're not even here because, ooh, Solavei gives me the most perfect cell service. There is no perfect cell service. You are going to find that every cell company, AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, Verizon, Boost, Simple, all of those, they all have issues. So my thought is, if you're going to be with a cell carrier and you're going to have issues one way or another, be with the company that's going to pay you. Be with the company that's going to provide freedom for your family. So Ricardo, I'm flipping it back at you. Hopefully I gave you enough time to think things through here. I want to know, when you're going up to someone, and let's say somebody walks up to that purple tent, what are you saying to them? I mean, like, give me that first experience, because people are always asking, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? What are you saying? Let's say I'm walking up to that table. What are you saying to me? I'm going to walk up and go, what is this? This is crazy. What's all the purple about?
Well, Stacy, honestly, it boils down to the security that we speak to customers about, and I'm gonna tell you, we're so sure of what we're doing, guys. We're so really believing so much on what we're doing. it pours out of our, I mean, it just comes out naturally on, you know what, we're sharing tons and tons of savings with the world. And people keep asking, and the more they ask, the less we tell them. Obviously, before they leave, whether they get the service or not, we get the email, we get the phone number, and we make sure that we get the vicinity they live in. So what happens, more than likely, they're going to see us around, often. But at the end of the day, just to answer your question, general for everybody else, it's pretty much the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, what do you mean you're sharing savings with all the world? Well, for instance, who's your mobile carrier? Well, I got whoever. And how much you pay? And the conversation starts there. Obviously, the questions most of the time come from them, because if somebody's taking the time to park their car or park their motorcycle, they're really interested, and we don't waste any time, Stacy. We try to be as transparent as possible. Like I said, once again, with a big smile on our face, and it's almost like cheating, because when people come to us, we already know if they're walking those 15, 20 steps to get to us, more than likely they're gonna get affected by Solavei, and it's happening to us every day. So it's basically let them ask the questions, and you be ready to answer as brief as possible without having to give them all the details and compensation plan and all, because like I said, once again, the less we tell them, the better it is for them.
A good question that's coming in right now. Do you sign up people on the spot or do you put them into some kind of funnel? How's that working out for you?
Absolutely. We sign them on the spot. When people come into this little table that you guys are watching on the left, we got SIM cards laying around. We got business cards. We got a few phones, just in case somebody doesn't have a phone. We sign them on the spot. And when they ask, what about the SIM cards? A good tip, guys, if you're taking notes, when we sign somebody on the spot and they ask about the SIM cards, we tell them, you sign right now, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be afraid to give you a few SIM cards, so maybe you can sign a few of your friends, and I'll show you how to do it in about 5 minutes. That gets people motivated and gets them excited because they've never done it in their life. And when I tell them, I'll show you right now, I'll sign you right now on my iPad or on my computer, and you'll see the whole process. So if you think you can sign a few people in the next week or so, I wouldn't be afraid to give you some SIM cards right now. People like that. People get excited when they know they're going to walk away with service, unlimited everything, and then a few SIM cards. And right there, guys, they're already doing the business and they don't even know it yet. So it's little things that we do that when people ask about it, give them the benefit, give them the special treatment, like you don't do it with anybody else, just them. And that makes people feel special, which they are in this case, because they're signing up with us. So we try to give them that extra kick, that extra little benefit of taking some SIM cards in hand if they think they can sign somebody up that week.
That's awesome. Well, we had a lot of talks today with our mastermind group of some of the top performers in our networks. And one of the questions and one of the actually statements that we were making is, people, if you come to this, if you're listening to this webinar right now and someone told you that you can just sign up, get an online marketing system and put your life on auto drive and go to the beach and it just does it for you, um, that is not true. Okay, so I'm just going to be real transparent, guys. I want you guys to have the results Ricardo's having. I want you to have the results all the people on this webinar are having, even myself. People always ask me, how did you break that 70,000 member barrier? I'm just going to tell you guys, work. And it's work, it's knowledge. To be able to set yourself at a purple booth like you see on the screen, at a table like that, you need to be prepared with some knowledge. Now, what we've done with empoweredliving.biz, we've tried to lay out videos, tutorials. We've tried to give you enough that you can literally educate yourself. You guys need to watch those. The one that Ricardo and I did, the one that Laura and I did. They're all over there. Educate yourself so that you are like a dealer of cell service. Now, you may say, well, I didn't sign up for that. I thought this was going to be easy. Well, I think all of us thought it would be easier. None of us had any idea what it takes to run AT&T. Sprint, Verizon, or T-Mobile. But you know what? The finances and the increase and the profit that is in this industry, let alone the industry that we're moving into in September with Solavei Marketplace, is worth the process. And I love, here's a question that came in, Ricardo. Number one,
Yes.
here's a quick question from Donna Wirtz. That last question was from Kirby. Thank you, Kirby. Donna Wirtz wants to know, where did you get that tablecloth and banner? That is a really kicking banner, I gotta say. Where did you get that, Ricardo?
It's online, Stacy. We obviously we went through compliance and everything, just so everybody knows. But it's online, and I believe we got a heck of a deal. We've been looking to see, because there for a while we were stuck on where to buy some of the stuff. So we bought it all online, very affordable. And if it's okay, I'll be willing to share on Facebook, with everybody, whoever, But the tablecloth, I tell you, that's the ingenuity of my Mexican wife. She she made that by hand, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a special order, and it's not gonna be cheap. So don't even get into that, but then the tent also. Obviously, we would have loved to have the Solavei logos all over it, and I think we're working on it. But we got the tent online, very very affordable, very sturdy tent. It sets everything that you see right there, people. We set up in 5 minutes. We set up in 5 minutes. We take down in 5 minutes. We got it down, timed on the tee and everything. So it's very cool when somebody drives by. Wait a minute, this guy's weren't here right now, and now we're there. So it's all online, and I'll be more than happy to share all that
Yeah,
info,
why don't
Stacy.
you do that, Ricardo? And why don't we take that link and we'll post it? We'll start collecting some of the best of materials like this, and we'll post it on empoweredliving.biz. We will not sell it. I just want to let you guys know that it's against corporate policy. If you've got people that are selling T-shirts and selling hats and stuff, I've seen a few of them lately. That's really breaking of terms and policies, and you guys need to read that. You can't sell the brand of Solavei unless you're selling mobile service. However, we can share the PDF files. We can share the files that can be downloaded so that you guys can go out and print them yourself. Do what Ricardo did. Ricardo found a wrap company that wrapped his vehicle. He negotiated with them. And of course, bring a few people together. You're going to get a better deal. So this is a great question. I know I'm spending a lot of time here, Ricardo, but people want to know how these things are happening. I got somebody here that says, but what if I don't have the money to do what you've done? Ricardo, are you so stinking rich that money was just falling out and you thought, I'm just going to go drop some money or did this hurt you any? I mean, was this a stretch for you and your family?
I'm telling you, Stacy. It's one of those things where I'm gonna keep going back to belief, because a lot of people don't know all the stories and all the details. But just to give you an idea, we had to go back and sell a bunch of stuff and get rid of a bunch of stuff and go down to our last, savings and everything. And we just made a business decision based on the facts, and obviously it's something that not everybody's willing to do, because a lot of people say, well, that's easy. If I had the money, I do it. I don't think so, people. I know people that have a lot of money and they're still debating. Well, should I put my number on it, my webpage? Are you kidding me? Right now, what we did, Stacy, we went all out and at the same time all in, So that's why we try to find the best deals, because by any means we're not rich. Just to give you an idea, that Hummer has been sitting in my garage for about 5 years, because I drive it on the weekends in the winter also here in Kansas City. And we got a heck of a deal back in the day 5 years ago, and that's why we kept it, because they don't make it no more. And when I saw the wraps coming, I said, thank you, Lord, because for some reason I kept this Hummer, and now it's about to pay off, So we went in and wrapped the thing. I mean, we're in a couple of parades already that the people invited us, so we're gonna be featured in a couple of parades for local in a couple of cities, And I'm telling you, this is just starting, So I strongly believe that when you have that belief so high, great things come, And that's what we're doing, just building that belief even more, because what I see, Stacy, people see us and they go, you must be doing good. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? I'm doing great. Can you see my ride? I mean, can you see my purple ride? Can you see my attitude? I'm doing great, buddy. And people want it. So, but going back on that flag, Stacy, that flag is the one that does the trick because
Yeah.
you can see that thing from far away, and it's a whole different thing. I mean, when you have that flag out there, and then you look at the Hummer, people have literally stopped to take pictures with the Hummer because they think it's just so cool. So going back to that, I mean, no, we're not rich and we're not stinking loaded. We're just waiting for those blessings to keep pouring down from up there, Stacy. So and that, we know it's coming. So no biggie.
Well, let me just jump in, and here's another question. What can I do if I don't have a Hummer? What can I do if I don't have all of those tools that I see right there? So in answer to your question, start where you're at. Do what you can do. Buy a t-shirt. Today I went out, and like I said, today I was driving Hummers. And I was test driving them. And I got to tell you guys, I'm collecting cards. Every single one of those guys that's trying to sell me a car, I know that they are broke and probably struggling and probably would love to have some residual income. But I branded myself. I went out. I had Solavei pants, Solavei t-shirt, Solavei hat on. I walk up, they're like, "Why do you want a Hummer?" I said, "You know what? To be honest with you, I don't really care what color it is. I just want to wrap it." "You wrap it? You're going to wrap a Hummer?" I said, "Yeah, it's just going to be a billboard, a driving billboard for me." "Well, what do you do?" "Well, I actually am an executive with a new social network. And have you heard of Solavei?" "No, really." "Well, I know this isn't the time for me to talk to you about my business, but give me your card because I like your attitude. I'm going to talk to you about it later. I'm going to send you a video." I'm doing that all day long, you guys. When I was looking at houses and apartments and where are we going to position our family, every single one of those people are probably on commission or getting paid minimum wage. They are looking for an opportunity. And guys, that's where I was hitting my numbers in the stride just a few months ago because I'm constantly talking to people. Get out of where you're at. If the least you can do is get a $5 t-shirt down at Michael's or Walmart, go to your local store, pay $10 or $7, get it screen printed with Solavei. If you can't afford the ones that are online through Solavei Gear, even better if you can get one of those. But just get yourself branded. I've got a gal, Judy, that comes to our Monday night meetings every week. She wears the same red hat. She's got a Solavei sticker, same white hat, sorry, and she's got a Solavei sticker on that white hat. It looks like it was made that way. But guys, get
Yes,
creative. Never let money be the issue. Money is never the issue. The issue is always
Stacy.
creativity and leadership. Because if it's money now, you'll have an excuse for something else later. So never let that
Exactly.
stop you. Okay.
Stacy, can I
Yes.
can I add something to that real quick?
Sure.
Um, Purple is the color of this year for whatever reason. I mean, I know what reason, but I'm just telling you, purple is the color of this year. Purple is everywhere. It's on sale. I mean, you find so many things out there, guys. Just like Stacy's saying, it doesn't necessarily need to have the whole brand, the whole Solavei. If you can just have the little sun or the little Solavei logo somewhere, or even just make yourself a little name tag, with the Solavei. Just wear the color. Be sure you're yourself. And if you're short on money, go to Walmart, go to the mall, go to the store, and talk to people. Because just like you do every day, if you just share with everybody out there, they're going to listen. There's people needing this out there. We just need to get out there and do it. And not because you don't have a hat or a Hummer or a tent, don't mean you can't go grocery shopping. It don't mean you can't go to the gas station. It don't mean you can't go to the mall. Go walk around. If you're short on money, that's the reason you need to do this, because you're short on money. And I'm telling you, if you do that and persistence, I assure you that within the next 30 to 60 days, you have enough money to buy a tent, a tablecloth, and a flag. But it's just getting out there and sharing with everybody that needs it. There's hundreds and hundreds of thousands and millions of people out there looking for this. And I tell you by experience, not because somebody told me. I've been out there, and they're out there looking for this. So let's give it to them.
Yeah, and so start where you're at. You guys, start where you're at. If you got $50, go buy yourself a t-shirt. Ladies, put away you're getting your nails done for a month, or think, stop the Starbucks for a couple months. Find the $50. And if you've got $50, then make yourself look professional. Get yourself a t-shirt and order yourself some business cards. That's the best place you could start, because you can go into any Starbucks, any store, and if you're branded with a shirt on and you've got a business card, well, you're in business, because everything else, when you walk out of that room, when you walk out of that Starbucks, everything else has been done for you by Solavei. Those videos, those multi-thousands dollars worth of videos are so professional. So if you can make a good first impression, let Solavei make the rest of the impression. Okay, Ricardo, I know that we got some other guests on here, and I'm going to bounce to it. Before I do that, somebody asked, Alan Wright wanted to know, are there any videos available that are featuring some of the things y'all are talking about, the role-playing scenarios? Yes, Alan. In fact, this last Wednesday's hangout, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central, we do a marketing hangout. This last marketing hangout, Laura Wells and I, that's all we did was role playing. We went back and forth. We talked about some of the things people do wrong. Tonight, I had a great talk with a good friend of mine, Mario Davis, and we were talking about how important it is to really come from a position of strength, not to be just begging people to join your network, but really you need to be coming at it like you're looking for gold, and you're looking at people. We'll do some more of those in the future. So if that's something you guys want more of, we'll do more of that role playing. I don't believe in scripts, but I think role playing is good because you can just hear some of the je ne sais quoi, the savvy, they come across the smoothness of different leaders and how they're coming across. Okay, Ricardo, introduce us to our next guest. Now, he has been showing up in pictures with you. Obviously, a guy that likes to have a good time, loves to be social, got all up in his Facebook account, and this is one fun-loving, party-toting, beer guzzling, shirtless wearing, fishing, hunting dude, and I love him already. If you could introduce us to our next guest, that would be awesome.
Great deal, Stacy. Well, I'll do this quick. What this guy right here, Stacy, it's awesome. I've had the pleasure and honor of sharing with him and just growing, getting to know him, his family, his background, everything. And at the end of the day, Stacy, when you have somebody with similar attitude, with similar mentality, and he's got that motivation, and he's always hyper like myself, he's always on the go, and then you poke him and he bleeds purple. Are you kidding me? I said, this is my type of guy, because it's all around. He's all in 100%. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Casey Smith from Kansas City with us, and I'll let you ask him whatever you want to ask him, Stacy, but I'm telling you, he's a rock star. He's a superstar, all right, and here he is with you. Thank you.
Well, Casey, hey, Casey, I am so excited. Well, when I contacted the company, I said, I want to know who is wowing you right now. Who is somebody that is, of course, they talked to me about Britt Watson, and then they said Casey Smith. Don't know what that guy's from, but we've got good feelings because he's blowing it up. So, Casey, I am so stoked that you're on tonight. And obviously, you have been having a good time out there with Ricardo, and I've seen you guys in front of the Margarita Paradise doing your thing on Wednesday nights. You speaking out there and just filling up that whole restaurant every single Wednesday night. You guys have been so consistent and just hitting it up. I know you've been showing up with the Hummer all over the place. What's working for you, and what can you give us tonight that might be able to help some of these folks?
Okay, Stacy, thank you. I wanted to tell you personally, thank you for recognizing me and the work I've been putting in. It means a lot, and it's definitely wind in my wings today, so thank you.
Awesome.
First of all, there's three things that I think have made me start to become successful. If you've got a social in your area and two people are meeting there, you need to get there. I've sat at a meeting by myself for 6 weeks straight. And you know what? People show up, and guess what you do then? Then you sign the restaurant because they want to know what's going on. But get to a social. If you can get there, get to it. Learn about it. Get educated and get trained. You have to have SIM cards. People want to activate on the spot. When you give them such a great deal and such good savings, They don't want, in my opinion, they don't want to wait for a SIM card to be mailed to them. They want the savings now. So it's really important that you have SIM cards. Getting branded. I wear a purple shirt every single day, or a purple tank top, my hat, a lanyard around my neck. I make it look, I want to look like a company man. This is my only gig, and it's the only thing that I'm doing, and it's what's going to make me and my family financially free. So you have to believe that and get up and show out. I mean, Ricardo offers that Hummer there to anybody in Kansas City. We're not, it doesn't matter. If you're in Solavei and you're a member, we got to get the name out there. And Ricardo blesses these people by, you sign up a business, we're going to be there. We're going to show up. We're going to pop up the tent. We're going to make enrollments for you. We're going to let people know that you're there and you slang Solavei. So a big deal is you have to believe. If you don't believe in what you're doing, I don't mean to be pessimistic, but you're going to fail. If you don't believe in the service and believe in yourself and believe that what you're giving to somebody else is going to change their life, they're not going to buy. And to touch on your points, a couple of things. What can you do when you don't have any money? I got 3 kids and a wife, and we're living off Solavei. And to let you know this, I've made some major mistakes in the beginning in Solavei. My upline kind of fell apart, and it was me and my partner. And I'm gonna touch on my partner too, and a suggestion for people out there to get moving. But it was just us, and we made some big mistakes financially trying to learn. And to let you know this, you don't need any money. You need to buy a T-shirt. You need to buy that purple Solavei T-shirt and wear it every single day, and wear a lanyard and talk to everybody you meet. If you get branded and you wear it and you talk about it, you're going to grow your network. To the point of my partner, I've got a guy that I do this with. His name's Mike Jones, and we do this every single day, all day together. Ricardo's, we work this every single day. And my suggestion to anybody out there is to hook up with somebody you like, somebody that you can feed energy off of, somebody that every single person you talk to during the day, you're calling your partner saying, hey, here's what I said, here's how it went, I said this, and you're bouncing ideas and energy off of each other, and all you're going to ultimately do is feed off of each other. And I have surrounded myself with good, solid, godly men who have the same vision, and it's inspiring my life and my family, and this is a really exciting time for us. So here's a couple of things that I do every single day that don't cost a dime, that bag trios. We've developed a survey, and I go door to door with that outfit on you see right there, and I knock on the door, and I say, hello, my name is Casey Smith. I'm a social partner with Solavei, and I'm not selling you anything, but I have a 6-question, 60-second survey about your mobile provider. Would you help me out by getting these surveys done by the end of the day? Everybody says yes, and through that survey, you qualify somebody. If they have no contract, an AT&T or T-Mobile phone, they should be signing up because we've got the best deal in the nation. So, they should be signed up. So you can qualify someone through that, and that doesn't cost anything. You get a suntan, you get some exercise, and you get some trios. You know what I mean? That works. It works, and if you don't have money and you got some time, do it.
Get out there.
Get out there. Get social. So another thing we do, if you can come up with a tent, you can go to an outdoor concert amphitheater, pay for parking, pop your tent up, and don't solicit anybody. They come to us. Period. You don't have to get outside of your zone and go running people down and trying to give them cell phone service. They'll come to you when they see that tent, and they're already got booze in their belly and feeling good. So it's a good place to be. Let's see here. Okay, if anybody out there are socially networking, get a hold of a community event coordinator. They're everywhere, and they have events going on all the time, and you can approach them with nonprofit. There's so many things you can do if you can get a hold of event coordinators. that's about what I've been doing. Okay, another thing that I've done that's worked is go to Walmart and hang out at the prepaid phone section and don't let those people buy Simple Mobile. You know, I mean it's simple. I mean, you act like a shark and circle the prepaid Walmart section, and you know we know what they're getting. They're getting 500 megabytes of data for the same price, so it works. You just gotta not be afraid of rejection, because if you start hearing no and rejection and I don't want to hear that, and you start hanging your head down, you're going to lose your energy, you're going to lose your momentum, and people are going to read right through that, and if you're not excited, they sure won't be. That's just my opinion. Another thing that I do a lot of is, Stacy, I pay attention to empoweredliving.com. I listen to the things you say. I listen to Ricardo. I've got a business partner who I really have a lot to owe him, just because of the fact that the energy that we feed off of each other, finding somebody that's like-minded, that shares the vision, that you guys can help each other develop your skills and your networking, has been really awesome. But empoweredliving.biz, I've gotten a lot of great stuff from in the last month. So.
Wow. I am just sitting here, you guys. I mean, I might host these webinars every week, but I just want you guys to know I sit here like I'm at church with pen and paper. I'm taking notes, and I'm just wowed every single one of these webinars that I have these incredible guests on. You guys are just amazing. You know, something that you just said, Casey, that is, I don't think we can overemphasize it enough, is who is surrounding you. Because if you don't have the right alignments and the right partnerships, I promise you, you will wear yourself out, and you will eventually, you know, if you hang out with chickens, you're going to eventually cluck, but you hang out with eagles, you'll eventually fly. And you've got to make sure that the people you're associating with, I'm not just talking outside of Solavei, I'm even talking inside of Solavei. Don't be around the folks that feel like it's hard, and, you know, I just can't get my iPhone MMS to work, and it's like everything's a Debbie Downer. You got to surround yourself by solution thinking people. I'm just telling you, birthing a revolution is not easy. It is not, I mean, I don't even think it's simple. Whoever came up with the Solavei simple thing, I don't think money should be simple. In fact, scriptures tell us money, that easy money has wings. So if you're having to right now think about it, are you going to sit around and have, you know, spend the night watching another reality show, spend the night just sitting on Facebook? Are you going to get out there and you're going to go make some money for your family, make an impression, create a revolution like a constitution in your life, that you're going to be the beginning of the end of what used to be for your family, and you're going to start a new alpha, which means that you're going to have a new future that your children and your children's children are going to get to be a part of. Casey, you have so inspired me, and first off, I cannot wait to come up to Kansas City in July. I'm going to be up there, and we are going to have so much fun, because I have played around in your Facebook, and I can tell you are a guy that likes to have fun, and I love that.
Woo.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, we'll party when you get here.
Okay, come on. Ain't no party like a Stacy party, because a Stacy party rocks. Okay.
I'm going to hold you to that.
All right. Well, Princess Warrior can show up. Maybe I'll have my Hummer by then. I'll keep y'all posted. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Ricardo. Well, our next guest tonight, one of the things that I absolutely love about this gentleman and his wife is they are extremely passionate. When Ricardo was talking about your belief system, I mean, every time I've had this gentleman stand up and speak at one of our regionals in our training programs, he's always gone to that level of, you've got to believe. Well, today I spoke to Ryan Lelf. Ryan Lelf, you guys may not know this, but, you know, one of the things I absolutely love about him, of course, 1 week, I think it was like last week, he put in like 9 people. These are his personally PC1 enrolled people. He is a machine when it comes to recruiting, when bringing in, you guys know I don't like that word recruiting, but it's a word that helps everybody understands what it means, but bringing people into relationship with himself and to Solavei. And what I love about something he said in one of our mastermind calls is he said, and I quote him, people, I did not sign up 9 people I met this week. He said, people, these are people I've been talking to for months. And so I put at the top of his screen seed, time, and harvest, because in between when you plant the first seed with somebody and when you get the harvest of them coming a member, there's usually time, there's usually touches, there's usually a process. Great, wonderful if they sign up on the spot. But I want to set you guys at ease that are like, well, they're not signing up on the spot for me. Well, diggity diggity dog, they don't sign up on the spot for me either. I touch them usually anywhere between 5 to 12 times before somebody enrolls. Now, I do have people that happen to have been online and they watched videos, but those are those touches, and they might have done them without me, but they're still being touched online through Google, through tutorials, through going to Solavei. And one thing I love about Ryan and Caroline Lelf is they are constantly talking to people. Let me just go here and see if I can get Ryan unmuted. Ryan, are you with us?
Yes, Stacy, can you hear me?
I can. Very good. We hear you loud and clear. So tell us what's going on. I know you've been out at the baseball game tonight playing, Mr. Dad and cheering. I can't wait. Did we win?
We didn't. We got a little bit of a young team, and we played the best team in the league right out of the gate, first game. But, it's amazing how you just have to keep the right perspective in all things. There's 7. And that most important thing is to have fun, and that they're learning how to play baseball. So it was a tough loss. We got drummed pretty bad, but it's first game. We'll get better, and I think I have to remember that even more than the kids do.
I know that's kind of different. The parents can sometimes get into it, but what a great principle. It's no different for a 7-year-old than it is for somebody in Solavei that said, I've been around here for, 6 months and I'm still working on trying to figure out how to sign people up. It's all a process of growing up and learning. Ryan, give us some tips tonight that these folks can walk away with that'll help them increase their business.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me on the call. And, the first thought that just kind of came to my mind, I'm one of those guys, I like to share something that's just kind of hit me. And what hit me tonight while I was out there, I'm the head coach of my son's baseball team. My brother helps, and he's a Solavei member as well. And is that you just always have to ask yourself, do I actually care too much? And you go, well, that seems kind of odd. How could you care too much? And my brother made a great observation. He said, I think sometimes even at 7, they try so hard and they care so much they can't even relax and play. And I think at times in our Solavei business, we care so much and we try so hard that it actually becomes counterproductive, and we don't just relax and remember that we saw a good business opportunity. There's 300 million people in the U.S. We can't surely be the only ones that would see this as a good business opportunity or would see that, saving money on our mobile service would make sense. And they use a term in sports a lot of times where they say you get in the zone. And my brother and I were talking about, what does that even mean? And I think getting in the zone is you relax. You have a posture of confidence. You enjoy sharing the idea, putting it in front of people, planting seeds, offering it, and you stop needing any one individual person to give you a certain outcome or result in order for you to believe and feel good about what you're doing. And there's something magical. Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, one of the great philosophers of all time, he said, when you embrace the law of averages, get ready, because if you apply them over several years in a business, then you'll do very well financially. And so I think what Caroline and I have done very well now for 10 months in a row is we just keep believing what we believed in the beginning. We believed in the beginning that going from 180 to 220, which was our normal average bill for 2 iPhones, down to $112 with tax after experiencing T-Mobile was an absolute no-brainer for us. Well, we ain't the only people living in Tulsa. And then we began traveling around, and we found out T-Mobile works fantastic many other places. In fact, in some cities, it's maybe even got bigger area of coverage than even Tulsa does. So we thought, well, we can't be just the only people on planet Earth. Then we heard the stat, I'll never forget thinking this, there's 33 million people who already use T-Mobile as their cell phone provider. 33 million. Now, I started thinking about that, and I thought, if I ever let myself say I can't find anybody to enroll, I need to laugh at myself, because if there's 33 million who already think T-Mobile is a good enough provider to send their money every single month to pay for their cell phone bill, then it's got to be a legitimate provider for many across the nation. And so I think we bought into that, and we've had a consistency of belief. And that consistency of belief has driven us then to be very consistent in constantly sharing and exposing Solavei, and doing that in a way where it's like you just expose it by saying, calling your friend, hey, have you heard of Solavei? Or sending a Facebook message on private chat going, have you noticed my post? Now, you can't do that if you're not posting consistency. So one takeaway tonight from what I'm sharing that I think is extremely valuable is, if you've been friends with me on Facebook, and Stacy knows this is true, I am an avid, consistent poster of Solavei. I'm not posting counting on results. I see people who will post about or 2 weeks or a month, maybe 3 months, and then I'll notice they stopped. And some of them are in my network, and I'll just friendly ask them, hey, do you mind me asking? I hadn't really seen anything posting from you on Solavei in a week or 2 or 3. And this is the response I get almost every time. Well, Ryan, I just wasn't getting anybody to sign up. I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. My fault. I should have explained that. Oh, you don't post to get a direct result. If you're basing whether or not your posting is being effective on whether or not someone's commenting underneath saying, please sign me up, send me a link, you're going to be highly disappointed. But if you're posting for branding, and you're posting to create a subconscious mindset in the person and the people that you're connected to through Facebook, that when you do reach out with a phone call, when you do private message them, when you do send them an email or a text message to check out a video, that all of a sudden all those impressions and all that consistency is, I mean, I ran into a guy who I'm friends with on Facebook that I went to high school with the other day at my kids' swim lessons. I've never actually personally approached and reached out to him on Solavei. And the first thing he says, boy, it sure looks like you're doing well with that Solavei. Now, how else would he have that perception? How else would he know other than he's reading my Facebook post? So I think posting on Facebook is what I call priming the pump. You're priming the pump so that when it's your turn to one-on-one prospect through a private message, an email, a text, a phone call, you run into someone that you're connected to with on Facebook at swim lessons, at a ball game. Guess what? When you mention Solavei to them to see now if you can take it in the direction of would you like to look into it, or you want to ask them a question, or you want to see if there's interest, wouldn't it be a whole lot easier, and won't you be a lot further down the process if they've seen 7 Facebook posts or 24 Facebook posts or 39 Facebook posts over the last month or 90 days or 6 months? What talent does it take? If I'm having a bad day, I can still post about Solavei on Facebook, and you don't know that I'm having a bad day. I can be pissed off at Solavei, and you wouldn't know it. See, perception is reality. And we are not here to say, oh, give some false evidence of where you're at. I wouldn't suggest you lie or make out that you're making more than you are or saying something that's not true. I'm not advocating that. I'm simply saying be consistent in your belief. Let that belief drive your behavior. And one major takeaway is consistently posting about Solavei. And one of the reasons I think I've been able to do that is because I'm very fortunate to be at a place in my life that I'm very crystal clear on who I am. And no offense to anybody, but I don't care if you think I post too much. You're not going to bother me at all whatsoever. And if you decide to actually attack me like 3 people have, we'll just send you into Facebook block oblivion, and I won't ever think about you again. And I don't mean that rudely. I love people, but hey, if you don't like it, you can delete me as a friend. You can take me off your news feed. But guess what? In 10 months, almost 3,000 friends, I've had 3 problems. Actually, 2 problems. That's it. And I just, hey, no problem, and I just delete them, and they move on, and I move on. For the most part, I've mixed in things about my family, my kids, how I feel about my wife, ball games with my son, my beliefs about God. I mix all of that in because I'm not just Solavei. That's a major part of my life, but it's not my life. And so then that's step number 1, but you can't stop there. Then tip number 2 is personally reach out to people with a simple, hey, have you seen those Solavei posts, and see what their response is. Or, hey, have you taken a look at a Solavei video yet? Or, hey, how much are you paying for your cell phone bill? Or, hey, could you and your family use some extra income right now? Just throw out a little question and then let the natural conversation flow. And if they don't respond or they just kind of shut it down, put them on the back burner and do it with somebody else. If they do respond, say, hey, would you mind if I just gave you a quick 3-minute video and I'll shoot it over to you? Would you take a look and give me your thoughts? Most people say, yeah, absolutely. Great. I'll follow up with you later tonight or tomorrow, see how you like the video. And then let that natural progression begin. And then, of course, you start finding out if they have objections, they're concerned about coverage, so you have to go to the coverage map, or will their phone work, or how much can I earn, how does the compensation work? Then I can go, oh, perfect. Let me send you the 13-minute video that breaks it down beautiful by James Leanhart on compensation. I don't want to have to explain it. I just send it over to them. Man, you talk about then. I did this. This is exactly the steps I went through with a guy the other day. He watched the first video. He liked it. He had some questions about comp. I sent him that link. He loved that. He said, man, where do we go from here? I got a few questions about phones and switching over and porting. I said, no problem. Boom, answered those. The next day he called me. He goes, how do I get enrolled? I'm ready to go. They don't always work out that way. Sometimes it's over a month or 3 months. And I'm like Stacy. I would say on average, it's 7 or 8 touches one-on-one from the first time I kind of talk one-on-one interacting with someone about Solavei to the point they actually convert. And then the third tip that I just want to share tonight is do your due diligence. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with earning in your mind the fact that you deserve to get paid, okay? I know the time I've spent reading stuff on my Solavei. I know the hours Caroline, my wife, has put in to become more educated so that we give people good support and we get their phones working properly. I know the time that I even put in this last week in spending extra money and changing phones so that I could get a clarity for myself on the difference between an AT&T phone and a T-Mobile. You know what? I would never once think that Solavei is overpaying me. They ain't overpaying me a dime. I earn and deserve every single penny I get. And you need to feel the same way. And when you do, it's not an arrogance. I'm not better than anybody else. It's simply a posture and a confidence. And I remind myself that I don't need any one individual person to give me a certain outcome or a certain response or answer in order for me to do well here. What I need to do is buy into the law of large numbers, the law of averages, keep a pipeline, be diligent in my follow-up, be consistent in my belief, and just keep moving forward. And in the middle of all of that, I think being relational is huge. I love to congratulate people on things in their life. I'm very appreciative of friendships that I have that are not even in Solavei yet. Some of them have even referred me to people who are, and they haven't even joined yet themselves. I'm not putting pressure on them. A couple that I haven't reached back out to for a while, the other day, she makes dresses, and she made a Solavei dress for my 3-year-old daughter. You don't think the door is open? You don't think that they're reading our posts? It's just not happened yet. But see, we're not going anywhere. We've wrapped our car. We're all in. We wear the gear. We have a tent. We have the chairs. I mean, we don't plan on being anywhere else in 6 months or 6 years or 60 years. Ryan Wirch, man, I'm counting on that dude, man. He's got a vision to change commerce. He's got a vision to be a multi-billion-dollar company. Well, I chose to believe him in the beginning, and I don't plan on doubting him anytime along the way, even if I question some of the things that are going on. So if I plan on being here, why do I need you to say yes tomorrow when you're not ready? I'm not looking for a sign-up. I'm looking for someone who's actually ready to join. Because if you're ready to join, you'll be ready to stay. And if you stay, you pay my lifestyle. You let me have freedom. You give me a chance to swim in my pool with my kids when I want to. You rescue me from Saturdays at the dealership. You let me coach my kids to missing their games. You let me have babysitters that I can afford so I can go on dates with my wife. That's what people mean to us in this business. So why shortcut it just so I can pound my chest and win a contest? Now, I love going on the cruise, and we're going to be there, and I'm competitive, and I love to win. But I'm here to build a real business, build it residually, and I'm not going to get tired putting in the energy of answering people's questions, getting them set up properly, and by God, I'm going to feel great about every single dime I earn. And when you get to that place and you plant your flag here, you'll win, and you'll win big for your family because you deserve to win, you're qualified, and you're good enough. Invest the time, plant the seeds, the harvest will come, and don't have the disease of unrealistic time frames because that'll kill you. Give it time, build it up, and win big for your family, and look back one day with a smile on your face that you had fun along the way, that you enjoyed the journey, and you can say you did something great with your life. You left a legacy. Thanks for having me on the call tonight, Stacy. Hope that helps somebody.
Well, Ryan, my phone is blowing up. The feed on my Facebook private messages are blowing up. People are loving this webinar. Casey, you like wowed people. They're wanting your survey that you're doing. I know Laura Wells has agreed to get it posted on the website there for us, so we can get that up. Ryan, incredible, incredible, incredible information, passion, and the drive that you have. I've just got Mary Blackburn is like, Stacy, this guy is amazing. And I agree. You are amazing. And I think that's the difference. What you're finding here is the common thread. And I've got one more guest that's going to pop on. You guys are going to love him because you just said something, Ryan. There's a common thread with all of the leaders right now that are blowing things up. I mean, doing amazing things in the marketplace is their conviction. They're not here to sign you up. None of us are here to get another member. We are here to create a future, not just for ourselves, but for our teams. And one of the guys that I absolutely love, again, another person when I contacted the company and said, who is somebody that we haven't heard from a lot that is blowing up? And they said, you know what? You have got to get Chadwick Robinson on the line because he is doing some amazing things as well. And Ryan Lauf, you just said something that actually corresponds with why I put diamonds up here by his name. He always calls me the Queen of Diamonds, and he's just so amazing. He is an exhorter extraordinaire. I've been on his calls, his hangouts, his webinars, his radio shows, and his ability to make someone feel great is off the charts. And I hope before I introduce Chadwick, I'm going to show you guys something that I actually pulled off of his page. I want you guys just to see, I believe this is part of his secret sauce. Now, I'm sure he's going to share some things with you other than this, but this guy is so exhortive of his team. Every time somebody joins, every time somebody does something, he's out there, he's encouraging them. They've set mile markers. They've got something called Project 5K, which you guys are going to see in these posts. They are actually putting together a campaign. They already have put together a campaign that they're just encouraging one another. They call themselves the Dream Team. They're continually sharing with each other. We're not in a sprint, we're in a marathon. Way to go. Good job. You'll look at this one here. Over the next 120 days, they're going to be enrolling 5,000 new members for Project 5K. I love the fact he's setting precedents with his team by setting strategic goals, honoring them with simple steps. Every simple little thing he's out there, and he is just encouraging them. So please help me welcome to the webinar tonight a very dear friend, an incredible man of integrity, and someone that I think you guys are going to absolutely love, Chadwick Robinson. Chadwick, are you there?
Absolutely, I'm here. Can you hear me, Stacy?
I hear you loud and clear. Well, we want to hear what you're saying. You've been so patient. I know this has gone a little long tonight, but you have been so patient, and we want to know what's working for you right now. You are putting in some crazy numbers, and what's happening in your business, and what can you share with these folks that they can take away tonight?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Stacy, for allowing me to share. It's an honor to actually share the platform with you. I am so excited, and I got to admit, I've been actually taking notes, because anytime I'm listening to someone that's getting results and taking care of business, I'm always going to take notes. So, Ricardo mentioned some very, very important things, and so did Ryan. They laid out the blueprint. See, it's not what's taught, it's what's caught. So hopefully tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you're catching some of the golden nuggets that some of the leaders are actually painting for you tonight. See, because everything that I've heard tonight, it boiled down to some simple things that I hope that you recognize. And it came down to belief, and it came down to confidence. So that's what I want to talk to you tonight about, because we can talk about trios, and we can talk about $49 unlimited. We can talk about all these fantastic things and marketing tips for how you can go out there and, market your business. But the matter is, it starts with you. So I want to lay out a blueprint for you to go out there and accomplish your dreams. So what I want to say tonight is, ladies and gentlemen, is that I want to shape and bend your imagination. I want to reactivate your belief system so you can then start to water your belief, put some sunshine on your belief. It's time to reactivate yourself. See, I understand that only 20% of the people listening to this webinar right now will obtain 80% of the information. So for the 20% right now that's passionate and dedicated to Solavei, this message is for you, because you will be the backbone of Solavei. The 20% will be the backbone of Solavei. Now, anyone has the ability to hop into that pool if you catch the things that people are telling you. Here are some key things that I think about every single day. This is a key element that brought me to where I am today. The first thing that I realized about 5 years ago is that poor people and rich people do not think the same. See, poor people, they think from week to week. Rich people, middle-class people think from month to month. Rich people think from year to year. And wealthy people think from generation to generation. You notice when you listen to Ryan Works, the CEO and founder of Solavei, he talks about his vision. You notice that his vision is not week to week. You notice that his vision is not month to month. You notice that his vision is not year to year. His vision is for generations to generations. See, where there's no vision, people perish. So hopefully tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I can spark a seed in you to now give you, some sunlight and get you on the right path to you finding your destiny, your lane. See, this is what I want you to do before we wrap this call up. And I know everyone's been on the call for a while, but this is what I want you to do, because this is what I do. This is my secret. You see my posts on Facebook, and I always stay on Facebook, marketing to my people, always helping my people, always encouraging my people. You see that. But see, the real secret sauce is what I do behind closed doors when no one's watching. See, I want everyone on this call tonight to close your eyes. And I want you to visualize what your next 12 months would look like. I want you to visualize what your year would look like. What would your Solavei business look like? How many trios will you have in your back office? How many people will be into your network? How many people will you help get free mobile service? How many people will you help become a social thousandaire? How much money will be deposited on your purple Visa debit logo card? What will your rank be a year from now? What kind of things will you buy with your purple Visa debit logo card? Will you be paying off your mortgage? Will you be paying your car note? Will you be going out to eat, taking trips? Will you be buying holiday presents for your family and loved ones? See, this is what I think about every single day. This is my secret. When I'm at home, I'm not watching TV. When I'm at home, I'm not listening to the radio. When I'm at home, I'm listening to something motivational. I'm watching YouTube clips of people who've done things that I want to accomplish. That's the secret. You become what you think about. You become what you think about. That is the secret. Think about your business. Think about where you're going. Think about where you're headed. Think about the success you want to have. You should be having pictures around your house. You should be writing affirmations. I have an index card with me that I've been taking with me since the day I started in Solavei, December the 14th. And my index card read, I am so thankful and full of gratitude that God has allowed me to become a social thousandaire in Solavei in 5 months, making over $1,200 a month, every single month. I wrote that the day I joined with Mr. Ken Francis. And I looked up, and I was a social thousandaire. I read that card every single morning. Every time I went to sleep, I read that card. Matter of fact, I would pull it out sometimes at the red light and read it. And I would read it and read it and look at it and read it. Sometimes I would just write it in my notebook. I must have wrote that phrase down 1,000 times in the book because I wanted to program my subconscious mind with there is no failure. My belief system is at an all-time high right now. That is the secret sauce. You have to get to the place to where you believe. Whatever the mind can believe and conceive, you can achieve. So those are some of my secret sauces that I want to share with you guys. Visualize it. When I became a social thousandaire, you want to know what I did? First of all, I took massive action. I said, I'm going to go out. How many people do I need to get to lay out the foundation? Mr. Ken Francis said, go get 15 people and the magic will start happening. Well, I went and got 15 people. I got 12 people in 48 hours on New Year's Eve, where everyone was popping fireworks and drinking champagne and celebrating, right? I was at home making calls, focused with my goals in front of me. Told all my friends, no, I'm not leaving until I get the job done. And I stayed focused on my goal, and I got it done. Once I did that, I had the foundation. I said, okay, I have 12 people. Then I started concentrating on my people. See, it's very, very simple. The first thing you do, get your free mobile service. It's no one that's listening to this call right now who should be paying a phone bill with Solavei. Everyone on this call listening right now should have at least 9 people paying a cell phone bill with Solavei. There's no reason to not have a free cell phone bill. Period. That should be automatic for you. Why continue to pay a phone bill when Solavei has given you the opportunity to eliminate your phone bill? 9 people. When you do that, you're setting up yourself a social partner. You're going to get your 9 people, your phone bill is free. Now all you have to do is go get one more trio and help half of those people just go get a trio. Help 6 of those people go get a trio. Your social partner, congratulations. That's the building block right there for social thousandaire. See, I would log into my back office every single day, even when I only had 2 people in the back office. But I didn't see 2 people. I saw social thousandaire. I saw 18 plus trios in my back office, even when I had 2 people. Even when people were telling me no, I visualized and saw it. I talked to some leaders, some team members that's trying to build a business, never log into the back office. Well, that's probably why you don't have people back there. I don't care if you have no one in your back office. You should continue to log into that back office. and visualize people coming in there, because if you continue to do it, your subconscious mind is going to make you start talking to people about the business, because you're going to get tired of logging in that back office and no one's there. Set yourself up, 9 people. Move on to social partner, extra trio, help those people. Now you're on your road to social thousandaire. Get an additional trio. Help those same people get an additional trio. Congratulations, you're a social thousandaire. This is what we want you to do. Plug in. Plug into the trainings that Stacey Wallace is giving you. Plug in to your upline leadership. If you don't know who your upline social thousandaire, a social connector, a social whoever, find out who they are. Plug into them. Get involved. See, there's 3 things, and I'm going to close this out, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3 things that you can do when a train comes. You can stand in front of it and watch it run you over. You can stand on the side of it and watch it pass you by. Or you can hop inside, enjoy the ride of the money train that Solavei is actually taking place doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped up. And like I always say, we won't see you at the top. We'll see you over the top, because you deserve to win. Thank you so much, Stacey.
Chadwick, you are amazing. Wow. I got to tell you guys, my phone is blowing up throughout while you're talking. I'm answering some of the questions in the Q&A panel, and I'm getting people going, this is unbelievable. WOW exclamation point. And I couldn't agree more. I know we've gone over, but you know what? It's like if you go to church and sometimes they try to cram it into a 30, 45-minute session. You leave wishing they would have kept going because you needed more. Tonight, I'm so glad that we've been patient, because this has been a power-packed webinar. And tonight, if you are joining us, and I'm going to pop in here in just a minute and answer a couple more questions, but if you are joining us tonight and you're ready to get started with Solavei and find out how you can be a part of this incredible revolution, today talking with all the top performers of the company, we were talking about what an incredible run we've already had. How many people are already making over $1,000 a month? We call them thousandaires. We're not a company looking to just make a few millionaires. We want to make millions of thousandaires. And it's so exciting to see that. It's so exciting to see the folks right now that, like we've heard tonight, are setting their sights on where they want to be, and they're not stopping until they get there. Mr. Robinson just said something that was very, very profound. He said the minimum tonight you should be doing is nobody on this webinar should have a cell phone bill that's not paid for, because Solavei has laid that on the table. This week, I got a phone call from a gal who is a veteran in network marketing, and she said, let me tell you what my plan is. She said, I want to live a lifestyle paid for by direct sales. She said, I am with a skincare company. I use the skincare. I've created enough clients so I'll never have to pay for my skincare, which is about $250 a month. That's a lot of skincare. She said, I'm with a makeup company and I've got enough clients there that's paying for my makeup. And she said, I see Solavei being the one-stop shop for everything. And you guys, who wants to pay a cell phone bill when you don't have to? At a bare minimum, let Solavei pay that monthly cell phone bill for you, your spouse, your children. You get yours paid for, move on and work on getting your spouses paid for, your kids paid for. And then think about when Solavei Marketplace comes down the pike this summer, you're going to be able to see how Solavei doesn't just equate to mobile service, but it becomes a way of life. Whether you have ascribed to Susie Orman or Dave Ramsey or any other financial university that's talked to you about getting out of debt and getting freedom, they would all tell you to begin to snowball your debt, get those things paid for so that your budget, your line items on your budget are gone. At a bare minimum, guys, get that mobile service paid for and start with it tonight. Let's start driving down debt in America. Let's start driving up freedom. And you watch when people are free, the creativity that will flow through our veins. And I really believe we will see so much taking place just within our own networks. Tonight, if you're ready to get started, first thing you want to do is get in and become a Solavei member. Get back with the person that referred you to this webinar. Tell them, I want to be a part of Solavei. I want to get plugged in. Guys, I want to let you know, back in June when I put together empoweredliving.biz, that was so that these kind of trainings, it doesn't matter who your upline is, you are going to be able to plug into these kind of resources and be able to be fed, spoon fed, great quality training. Get back with the person that got you on this webinar. Tell them I'm ready to get in. Second thing is get social. You want to make sure that you're going to get out there and get social properly. That's why we encourage you. Go to empoweredliving.biz, plug into the tutorials, shows you how to get social, how to use mysolavei.com, how to use Outreach Manager, how to use Share Solavei. We show you all those things on empoweredliving.biz. And then, of course, like Mr. Robinson said, get free. Get that mobile service paid for, and then begin to build a future with Solavei. Tonight, I want to encourage you, go to empoweredliving.biz, sign up for our updates on there. We're going to have a big one coming out this week that's going to go over a lot of these updates, including the nonprofit. Next week, want to make sure you tap in Monday night, 8 p.m. Central, empoweredliving.biz/social. You're going to be able to hear the live updates, a lot of new things that are going to roll out on Monday. So don't miss that Super Social live here in Bellevue, Washington. If you guys are anywhere in the area, come. I hold it every single Monday night. You're welcome to come. It doesn't matter whose team you're in. We'd love to have you. And then on Wednesday, don't forget, we're going to do that marketing strategy, go to market for nonprofit organizations. If you want to watch that, you can go to empoweredliving.biz/hangout. And then again, next Thursday, same time, same place as this one right here. Tap into the empoweredliving.biz/events, and you can register for next Thursday's webinar as well. Remember, everyone, we are here to support you to build your organizations. My name is Stacy Wallace. I'm honored and blessed to be a social executive with Solavei. These guys that you've heard tonight, they are my friends. I love them dearly. I'm so glad tonight you got to hear from them. Remember, now is the time. This is the place, and you are the one to start the revolution. On behalf of all the folks and leaders that are playing into Empowered Living Network, we are believing the best for you. Good night, everyone.